How to use momentum for 401k investing? 401k, most of the 401ks have a limited choice of funds, and many of those funds are not really a good funds in terms of outperforming the market. So how can you use momentum to outperform in 401k? This is a strategy which I have been using for last 15 years, where basically I invest in funds based on their momentum ranking. So if you look at it, like these are the funds, there are 22 funds which are available. Only these are the only 22 funds in which I can invest in the 401k, and not all of them will at any time outperform the market, or even like if the market is going up, they don't necessarily make a big enough move for it to be worthwhile. So what I do is basically I rank these funds using a momentum ranking. The TI42 is a momentum ranking. What is TI42? We'll have a look at it. So TI42 is basically average C4 divided by average C42, or it is a ratio of 4-day moving average to a 42-day moving average. Basically it is used for ranking the funds. So if you look at these funds using that TI42, what you will see currently, and I have sorted by that, what you will see is that the number one ranked fund is Fidelity Advisor Biotech Fund, BTTX, and this is the fund in which I have been invested since around June, middle of June. So because it was ranked number one even then. So if you see from there, in a span of like a year, for a span of a month, it has made 12.47% move. As against that, if you see the number 2 ranked fund, for the same period, it has made only a move of around 2 or 3%, less than 3%. So basically, and each of these other funds, if you look at them, they are like done less than that. Like this fund is up only 2.93, or if you look at this, say Fnetics, that's up around 2.44, and as you keep going down, you'll see that these funds are not necessarily doing well. Like if you see from last 1 month to here, the FATX has just done 0.72%. So by using momentum to rank funds and being invested in the number one ranked funds allows you to outperform the index. I always try to be invested in the number one ranked funds, and I drop that fund once it drops in ranking below 3. This is a very simple way to do it, and I've been doing it for 15 years with no negative years. And there are some periods where you can have very good returns with this kind of method, because if you see here, say it was in a rank number one, and from here to here, if you're looking at it's in a 37%, so as long as it maintains the rank, you continue to hold it. This is a very simple method, and it doesn't take more than 2 minutes per week to do it. Obviously you need skills to do this. This is not for everybody, because you need to know, have the databases set up, and you need to calculate it and just put in, most of the time, 99% of the time, there is no work involved on a weekly basis, because the fund which is ranked number one, you just stay in that, and that will remain for a long period of time. You will see that the same fund remains number one ranked. And if a market gets into correction mode, basically I am in cash, and then I will get into a fund once the market has a signal from my market monitor signal. And this is a very simple method for 15 years, absolutely no negative year and only positive years using this particular approach. And you can read more about it on my site. It is under Lemonade Strategy, and those of you who are interested in making money in 401k can actually do this simple method, which will beat the pants of most other approaches, and approaches which tell you to be in 5 funds or 3 funds or 4 funds. None of them also in fact outperform the market. If you see, most of these funds don't do anything for many period of times. In fact, when putting money into this, you will underperform the market in most of the time. So by using a dynamic selection of funds using momentum, like I've shown here, is a better way of doing it. And especially when the market goes into a correction and comes out of that, you can have great returns using a momentum kind of a strategy. If you look at this, say Oddmax. Okay, Oddmax is one of the funds which I got invested in in 2000 near 2009 bottom. So if you see like 2009 bottom to here, like say this is a move of 131%, and the fund was ranked consistently number one during that particular period. Or even like if you look at FLSTX, which was like also ranked number two during that period, number two or number one, sometimes it was up around 147%. So just using a simple momentum ranking, you can basically do a better job of investing in your 401k if you're serious about making money in 401k.